Hello again, it's me, that guy with the YouTube channel. Anyways, long story short, this is about the 17th take of this video. No, probably not that, probably the 30th take. So I'm going to be rushing a little bit in this video, and just in the last take of this video that I just finished, when I was wrapping up, I was interrupted before I could finish it. So today, I'm going to be rushing a little bit. I might rush a little bit in this review. And my next, unrelated note, my next review will be my 20th video, so I'll try and do a special figure to review for that. But anyways, today we are reviewing the Y-MSF Astro Zombies exclusive translucent green Megalon, and it is not focusing on him. Come on. There you go. No, it's not. Anyways, so before we get started, here's the header card, which, whoa, that is so blurry. Actually, no, this camera's a piece of crap anyways, so if you could see it, because this camera's a piece of shit, you would see a weird pink thing, Astro Zombies, exclusives, it says there, number, I gotta bring it close or something, just there, no, not there we go, number 26 out of 38, weird Ultraman Ginga looking guy. On the back, there is a cyborg looking Earthtron guy, a red Guts Wing, and two Evangelion looking people. So that's the header card. On to detail. As you can see, come on, focus. No, it's, well, there you go, you can kind of see, but it's detail on his foot. Going up his leg, there's a texture, there's a sort of leopard print pattern. On there, his drills are nicely done. You can see all that there. Flaps of skin are nicely done. Can I get this to focus? That is really not. There we go. Yeah, you can show all the detail there. Again, and the drills are nicely done as well. The flat side of them. There is the panel there, flap, where the actor would get into the suit, because the wings were a separate piece that moved in the movie, so this had to be where the actor would get in, and what I really like about it is they actually sculpted it so it's kind of on an angle, just right there, so that it's a separate flap that moves, so that's nice attention to detail in the head. Got the outer mandibles and the inner mandibles, the hole where the napalm balls shoot out. His nose is nicely done, his eyes, very insect looking. The texture on his head, his weird wand horn thing. Back of his wings are nicely done. Leopard pattern, all the stems going through them. And you can see they actually did sculpt the wings inside of the outer wings, and that is a nice attention to detail. And the tail, which looks like poop, and extremely sharp spikes here. You could probably puncture skin with these if you hit someone hard enough. So detail is good, and paint job is basically non-existent because it's just translucent green. So for articulation, the arms can go back to about there. They can't go down any further, even if you move the legs back. The legs can move, but you have to move the arms up. They can go up to about there. So you can do that if you want. I don't really know why you would, but you can. The tail can move. It hits up against these. You can pull it down and move it. And if it was a painted one, you would probably scuff the paint on that spike right there. And the tail, at the other part of the tail, it can wiggle, but there's a cut in the vinyl on mine, so if I were to move it, it would make that cut worse and tear the figure. And finally, the head can move about that much. So that's cool. That's cool. And the jaw can, the mandibles, they can also wiggle, but it's not really a point of articulation. They're just not glue sealed in. There are no glue seals on the figure, obviously. And for sizing, here's the Movie Monster Series Gigan 1972, which is nice. Well, Sizing here is pretty good. An issue I have with this figure is that his legs are really widespread, so and he's kind of hunching forward a lot, so he does kind of mess with his sizing a lot, and you can see here with Gigan. But if he was standing up straight, Gigan would need to be a little bit taller. But other than that, it's a pretty accurate size, so you can do the whole thing from the movie there. Next, here's the Bandai Movie Monster Series Jet Jaguar, which, if Megalon was standing up straight, this would be an accurate sizing. See? There you go, you got that. And finally, here's the Bandai 50th Anniversary Memorial Box, Godzilla 1975, and this is also an accurate sizing if Megalon was standing up straight. So, there you go. Next, here is the Soul of Chogokin Gigan Final Wars Death Trigger version. And like I said in my Gigan review, if Megalon was standing up straight, he would actually be taller than this figure, but he isn't, so he looks extremely short. But, you know, if you want to use these guys in a fan film or a movie or something, you can do that. Next, here's a figure that is always in every review of mine, my repainted Bandai Creation Final Wars Rodan, which, yeah, I would say pretty accurate sizing. Well, not for Final Wars Rodan. He would have to be, Megalon would be like up to there on Final Wars Rodan, but, you know, if you're going for any old Rodan, then that would be pretty accurate sizing. Next, here's the NECA Godzilla 2014. This is in absolutely no way accurate. Megalon should be up to about Godzilla's thigh right there, but I guess just because, I don't know what I was just saying there, but yeah, this is just to give you an idea of sizing, just because, just like almost everyone has this figure, even people who don't collect NECA. Next, here's the SH Monster Arts Godzilla 1995 Rebirth version, which I would say is, well, not in absolutely no way accurate as well. Megalon should be up to about Godzilla's waist, but again, just to give you an idea of how big this figure looks in comparison with this, because I'll just show you how big he is next to a standard Monster Arts figure. Next, here is a standard Pacific Rim Kaiju, because they all use this body mold, and they're all pretty much the same height except Knife Head, and if Megalon was standing up straight, he would be about that big compared to him, but this is just to give you an idea of how big this guy looks compared to this. Next, here's a standard 2009 Ultra Hero Series figure, because most of the Ultramen are the same size. And if Megalon was standing up straight, he would be about that big, which I'd say is an accurate sizing. That's just also to give you an idea of how big he is. And here is the Bandai 50th Anniversary Memorial Box Black Mechagodzilla, or Mechagodzilla 2, or Mechagodzilla 1975. And this, you know, they look good if you want to use them in a fan film or something, and you can, and you damn will. You can do whatever you want. Whatever you want with your figures, honestly. And finally, here's the Bandai Ultra Monster Series Bajiris. Because, you know, he looks kind of like Gigan, so, you know, there you go. And if Megalon was standing up straight, this figure would look extremely short, but because of Megalon's leaning forwardness, they are almost about the same size, so, yeah, there you go. So sizing with the figure is pretty good if he just wasn't so damn hunched forward. And finally, final part of the review, history of the figure and the pricing. This figure, I believe, was originally released by Y-MSF in 2006 or 2007. It was a different sculpt, so half-open mandibles, different sculpt on the back, and a few different things, especially in the paint. And I think it was released in a store called Garandma, which was an internet store which sold Y-MSF figures. But when the deal with Garanma ended, or I think it was always Tempting Toys, but yeah, in 2009 they resculpted it. This Y-MSF figures, in case you didn't know, are officially sold on Tempting Toys. But this figure was resculpted in 2009 with the fully open mandibles and resculpted back, also the added tail articulation, and I believe head articulation. And both that and the original have had various versions. The original sculpt you can still get as a glow-in-the-dark figure, but painted versions of that one are very uncommon. And I believe also in this figure alone had 2 paint versions. One that was just all black, not all black, but everything. The main color for the figure was black. Although they soon changed that for a later release, which had a black head and an all brown everything else, and pink inside the mouth, which was kind of odd. And this was released exclusively through Astro Zombie's store, along with a purple version, both of which were limited to 38. And there are just tons and tons of repaints and resculpts. There's a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive version with closed mandibles, completely closed, not half closed like on the 2006-2007 version. There's flat red versions, flat blue versions, glow-in-the-darks. It would go on for a very long time. You could probably do a whole video on every individual release of Y-MSF Megalon and what they were and the history behind them. Yeah, and a painted Megalon is usually worth around $50 to $60. This one I got on Astro Zombie's eBay store for about what was it, $35. And glow-in-the-darks are usually around $30 to $40. There's just tons. But I wouldn't really recommend paying $50 to $60 for a painted Y-MSF Megalon when you can get one unpainted for a lot cheaper. So if you're looking for a Y-MSF Megalon, I would suggest buying an unpainted one and then just painting it yourself, unless it's like this and it's extremely limited in numbers, or maybe or if you're not good with painting, then just go the extra mile and just go the extra mile and pay the $50 to $60 for a painted one. Although I don't see this Megalon or the purple one that much on eBay anymore. Actually, literally a week after I bought this, they ran out of stock, and I don't think any will ever show up on eBay again, and if they will, it's going to be a very long time. So if you're looking for this one specifically, or the purple one, good luck. You're gonna have a very hard time finding it. But if you're just looking for any ordinary Y-MSF Megalon, you should be able to find one pretty commonly, although price is really what the issue is with it. So overall, for a rating, I'm going to give this figure an 8.5 out of 10. It's pretty good. It has a few flaws. Also, I just can't stand the widespread legs and hunched over, which, yeah, so there you go. 8.5 out of 10. Pretty good figure. That's it for this review, and my next review will be my 20th video on my channel, so I'll do a special figure for that one. Goodbye.